I know that too much has happened between us for us to be friends, but I thought we could possibly...
What? What did you think we could possibly be to each other now?
Well, Kat, I hope that, I don't know, over some time, that maybe I could take you out for a cup of coffee.
I don't think my husband would approve.
You're... When did that happen?
Today?
Well, you know, I have to be honest with you, Jessica. I didn't think Ben had it in him.
Well, that's not the first mistake you've made, is it, Marshall?
I was just leaving.
Don't let me stand in your way.
Marshall, I think you forgot something.
I wish you all the best.
Come on.
Of course all your things are still there. Home is exactly the way you left it. It's just waiting for you to return.
Do you know what I want to do tomorrow morning?
What?
I want to get up and have breakfast in the backyard with you. Just you and me, Mom. And I don't want to argue anymore with you. Ever. Never, ever, ever, ever. Because if there's one thing that I learned here, it's how important you and I are to each other.
Oh, honey, I feel the same way.
So let's get going. I'm sure Miss Corrado would like to get back to work.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But thank you for everything.
Oh, I'm glad that I could help. And I'll tell you what I tell all the girls that leave here. I never want to see you again.
Thanks. It's mutual.
Good luck. Always a pleasure, Hal. I'm sure we'll be in touch.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm ready to boogie.
All right, well, what about your stuff?
I can pack faster if you guys help.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
So what's your deal? I thought you were going to tell her about Rick.
Well, there's plenty of time. I didn't want to get into a big explanation right in front of everybody. Well, it wouldn't be smart to start an argument right off the bat.
Allie said no more arguments, Mom.
Well, that's what she said. But then when she asked me if everything was the same at home, I got this sinking feeling. She's not going to make this easy, is she?
Hey, it looks like you're on your way home.
Oh, yeah. You know, I have a few more hours on my shift, but Dr. Dixon thought that it would be better if I just go home a little early.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. You know, you should try to put today out of your mind if you can.
Well, I don't know how easy that's going to be.
Yeah, I understand. You know, seeing death up close is part of working in a hospital, but like I said, you never really get used to it.
I just don't get it. I mean, if Mr. Crumley were more sick, I might understand a little bit more, but he was doing better, not worse. Everybody in this hospital, the doctors, nurses, everyone was talking about how he improved since he had gotten here. I just don't understand how he went downhill so quickly.
Well, I mean, that's what happens. Sometimes a patient comes in to get one thing fixed, and, you know, while we're busy working on that, something else is going on simultaneously that we have no idea about. I mean, if we don't test for it, we can't catch it. Plus, we're not talking about a guy who was a young man.
Yeah, I know, but he seemed to be getting younger every day. I mean, I know we're talking about a grumpy man here, but I could smile if he tried, you know? And just a couple hours before, he was talking about going home.
Well, medicine's full of mysteries. I don't know, but John Dixon ordered an autopsy, so we should have some answers soon.
Wait, Mr. Crumley wasn't his patient, was he?
No, he was my dad's.
Oh, well, that explains why Dr. Dixon and your father looked so intense when I passed him in the hallway. They're probably just trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I'm gonna get going. I don't know, maybe see a movie first or something. Maybe that'll get my mind on a different track.
Yeah. You do that.
Okay.
Take care.
You too.
You know, I checked the dosage twice, as I always do. But here it is in my handwriting. 40 milligrams instead of 10.
Yeah, I know. And that's obviously what she gave him. She should have checked with you for accuracy, of course. I've spoken with her personally. She says this will never happen again.
You know, I gotta sit down.
You know, you've been pushing yourself very hard here lately. Maybe it's just all caught up with you.
Every doctor on this staff is working long hours. I can't use that as an excuse.
Maybe you just ought to take yourself out of commission for a while, something like that.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know, vacation, leave of absence, whatever you want to call it.
Why?
This guy had family. And depending upon the results of this autopsy test, they could make this a very ugly situation.
You're talking about a lawsuit.
I'm talking about a lawsuit not necessarily against the hospital, but against you, too.
There is a word for what you're asking me to do, Mr. Brackett. And it is not spy, it is not undercover agent, it is whore, and I will not be yours.
I had no intention
Is this standard operating procedure for the FBI these days? You find a willing widow to do your dirty work?
No, it is not.
Or did you just take one look at me and decided I was so cheap that I would go for it?
No, ma'am. Look, it is our duty to apprehend Donovan by whatever means necessary. Now, I realize the arrangement I'm suggesting...
Let me give you my counter-proposal, Mr. Brackett. You take this arrangement, and you arrange it someplace dark and warm, because I don't want any part of it.